How many times you have people giving you advice that you should always have a plan B, a safety net, a safety cushion, something to fall back when things don't work out. In this video, I want to tell you why having a plan B always sucks, why a plan B drastically reduces your chances to win in whatever that you're trying to achieve or get out of life. So, the biggest one here is having a plan B distracts you from plan A. When you want to take on the island, you have to burn the freaking boats. When you burn the boats, you leave yourself no option, no choice but to succeed. When you have boats waiting for you at the harbor, you always have an option to quit the struggle in the middle and go back to an easy path. When you have exhausted all your options, you have no choice but to be resourceful. When you have no safety net or no backdoor that you can escape from, when things get out of control, you are left with no choice, no option but to succeed. I remember when I first migrated to Australia as an international student, and one of my first jobs was in door-to-door sales and marketing, and I hated the job. I hated the job so much. I just didn't like the idea of taking rejections after rejections, one humiliation after another for a living. But again, I had no option, no choice but to suck it up and do the work because I had bills to pay, and there was no way that I could go back to my parents and ask for any financial help. I knew in my heart that even if I wanted to, I just can't go back and ask them for more money. It was about the time that I stand on my own 2 feet and take care of my business, take care of my expenses. I had burned that bridge. I told them, you've done your part supporting me all these years throughout my ups and downs, supporting my dreams even during the times I didn't believe in myself. But now it's about the time I take ownership of my own troubles and day-to-day challenges. The moment I made that decision, it completely shifted my perspective. Since asking help from anyone was not an option for me anymore, I had no choice but to stay at that job no matter how soul destroying the first few months were. I learned the ropes, and for sure with time things got better. You can't go all in at anything that you do if you know at the back of your mind that if this doesn't work, you can always do something else. It dramatically reduces your urgency. It destroys your fire. You would never be able to tap into your burning desire, which is, by the way, is the secret sauce for taking consistent actions. Exhausting all your options have magical power in it. But when you have a tendency to always have a fallback plan, just know this, it says a lot about your commitment to your initial plan A. It says a lot about your commitment, dedication to your goals and desires. You are getting into a project with a different mindset. The time and energy that you're investing coming out with a perfect plan B is actually moving your attention away from the execution of plan A. Now understand this very carefully. Yes, you have to have a firm belief in your plan of action, but at the same time, you have to be flexible with your approach. If one approach doesn't work, you have to be aware and flexible enough to attack your goals from a different angle. If your first business venture didn't work, or your first business failed, instead of going back to your old job, give another try at your passion with a different strategy. If that strategy didn't work, try another strategy. If that doesn't work, try something else until something happens. What I'm trying to say is be flexible enough to change your approach. Learn things that you don't know right now. Study your niche a little bit better and go and learn a different skill. But just because your strategy number 1 didn't work, that doesn't mean that your goals and dreams are insurmountable, impossible to achieve. These are the moments when majority of the people lose their hope and give up on their dreams and go back to doing something safe. They convince themselves to do something which is in their comfort zone, anything that is easy but also pays the bill. Instead of being resourceful and creative in the moment to find new answers to existing problems and challenges, they easily surrender, they easily give up. Get this, guys. Humans perform incredibly well when they have their back against the wall because now the only direction they can move forward is that way. The only way to get out of the rut when you have exhausted all your options is to be creative and extremely resourceful. When you don't have a back door to escape, you approach things with tremendous sense of urgency. All your fears and excuses dissipate. You move forward even in the middle of extreme criticism. You are only left with one choice, one option, and that is to be flexible with your approach so you can get yourself out of this rut, this bad and uncomfortable situation. But when you know that you'll always have your parents to bail you out of your problems, or you can always go back to your old job. If your dream project, your passion project don't work out, you're already operating from a place of massive disadvantage. You'll never persist when things get difficult because you'll always have something to fall back on. You'll always have your plan B. So I urge you guys to see this video at least a couple of times so you are able to cement this psychology deep inside your subconscious mind. Keeping all your eggs in one basket has its own advantage. When you have all your eggs in one basket, you have no choice, no other option but to protect that basket with all your strength, power, and tenacity. When you have no plan B, when you have no safety cushion to fall back on, just know this, you are starting from a beautiful place. Hope this makes sense. Let's go.